Hey everyone, it's Kim from Ocean Vayu Yoga. Thanks for joining me. If you wouldn't mind, please consider subscribing before we get started. And actually, I think it's on the bottom of the right-hand side of your screen. I think I messed that one up. But anyway, so today we're going to need a strap, so go ahead and grab one. If you don't have a strap, you can use a necktie or a towel. And then we're going to grab a folding chair. And if you don't have a folding chair, just grab a kitchen chair. No big thing. We're going to place it on our mat with the back facing us, so the front of the chair is all the way at the front of your mat. And that chair is just there if you need it, and if you don't need it, that's okay. So we'll go ahead and start with just a couple of deep breaths. And we're going to separate our feet about as wide as our hips. Take our palms and face them forward. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift the crown of your head high. And take a couple of breaths here in mountain pose. Feet grounding down into the earth. Great. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up over your head. Exhale, hands return to your sides, chin down to chest. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, they return by your sides. We'll continue connecting breath with movement. Inhaling as we move up and exhaling down. Great. Last one. Take a breath here with your hands at your heart. We're going to reach the arms straight back up. And on the exhale, we're going to twist to our right. Arms are now shoulder height as we gaze back towards our arm. Good. Inhale, reach your arms straight back up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. Inhale, arms straight back over your head. Exhale, twist to your left. Arms are shoulder height again. Inhale, arms straight back up over your head, and exhale, hands down to your heart, drop your chin. Nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Good. Now we're going to reach our right arm high and slide our left arm down our left leg, gazing up right past your elbow and pushing the hips towards the right. Feel that nice side stretch. Good. We'll come back to center, hands back to our hearts. Take a breath there. And then we'll move on over to the other side, reaching the left arm high, sliding the right hand down your right leg and pushing the hips to your left. Good. Coming back to center and reaching both arms up high. Exhale, hands back down to your heart. Take a deep breath. Good. Now we're going to come to our chair. And if you prefer, you can come right down onto the mat and do downward dog. So this is a variation. We're going to make a nice L shape with our bodies here. Walking our feet back and stretching our shoulders. And if you want, you can take this a little deeper by putting your hands down on the seat of the chair. You may need to walk your feet a little closer to do that. This simulates downward dog just a little bit more. Let your head relax. Feel that incredible stretch in your back. And find your steady breath. One more deep inhale. And then we'll slowly start to rise back up, walking our feet forward. Take a nice deep breath once you're up. Exhale it out. And we're going to begin to lift our heels and lower. So we lift and lower, and you may or may not need the chair here for support, and you can incorporate your arms. So if you need a little bit of support, I would alternate which arm. And then if you find that your balance is great today, do both arms up as the heels rise. And do a handful more. Stop sooner if you need to. Good. Now give each leg a little shake, and then we're going to stretch out those muscles. So step that right leg all the way back. You may need to go back a little bit further. Press that heel down and bend into your front knee. We're going to place our forearms on our chair and let our foreheads come down. If you're not using a chair today, you could just place your hands on your thigh or your knee. Good. We'll rise up, and then we're going to come into Warrior One pose. So you may need to shorten your stance just a couple inches, moving that back foot forward. We'll lift one arm, check our balance, lift the other arm, see how we are. If the balance is good, we can gaze upward. Good, last breath here. And then we're going to exhale, bring our hands back down to the chair and come into Pointer Dog or Warrior Three. And you may or may not need your chair here. So the back right leg lifts and then the left arm reaches forward. Good. And come back to the top of your mat. Give each leg a little shake, and then we'll do the other side. So we'll step the left leg back, scoot it back a little bit more to get that great stretch. Drop the heel down, bend into your front knee, and then drop your forearms on to the chair or your hands onto your leg. Great, and we'll begin to rise back up and into Warrior One by shortening our stance a tad. One arm lifts, then the other. Get your balance, and if it's good, we can gaze upward. Last breath here, and then we lower our hands down to the chair. Put all of our weight forward and come into our Pointer Dog or Warrior Three. Left leg lifts and right arm reaches forward. Great. And release back to center. Give everything a little shake. And now we're going to come into tree pose. So take a nice deep breath, and we'll start with that left foot. We'll take the toes out to the side. So our right leg is the standing leg. One hand can come to half of a prayer. If your balance is good, both hands can come to prayer. If you need to keep your foot at your ankle, you can, or place the foot on the calf. Arms can rise up if your balance is okay with it. Otherwise, one arm can be up and the other arm can hold a chair, or any variation that works for you today. We want to keep our eyes steady on one point. Good, and we'll give a little shake and a spin. Good helicopter spin from side to side is always a good reset. Then we'll come back and we'll do the other side. To come to the toes, knee out to the side, foot on your ankle or your calf, one hand to prayer. If your balance allows it, both hands to your heart. One arm up or both arms up, you choose. Good, and hands come back to your heart. And we release, giving another little shake and a spin, a good helicopter spin from side to side. All right, so now go ahead and grab your strap. And like I said, if you don't have a strap, I'm just using my mat strap that holds my mat together, but you can use a towel, a shirt, a tie, a scarf. We're going to take it back behind us with our palms facing out, just slightly wider than our hips. Now take your feet as wide as the short part of your mat, reach your arms back behind you and lower. So this is a little bit of an arm strengthening exercise. We're just lifting behind us and lowering. Okay, let's try for one more. Release. Good, take a nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Great, and then we're gonna lift our heart and slide our hands down our legs. Little mini back bend and back to center. Then we're gonna bend into our knees and flip our arms over. So I want you to be really careful of your balance here. If you feel dizzy at any point, come right back up. However high or low you are, just be really mindful and come up as soon as you feel the need to do so. Good, and we'll all rise back up. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And then we're going to slide our hands back down, lift our heart, lift our gaze. And then we bend back into our knees and flip our arms back over. And again, you can stay up a little higher or come down a little lower, as long as you're being super mindful of your balance and making sure you're not feeling dizzy. And then we slowly round all the way back up. And exhale, release that strap. Okay, so now we're going to take the strap nice and wide. We're going to lift our arms up and over our head, drop our right arm down as the left arm reaches up, and we're going to gaze up right past our arm. We come back to center and head over to the other side. Right back to center. Good, and now we twist to our right. And head back to center and twist to your left. And twist back to center. Great, release your hands down. And then place your strap down onto the mat or the floor near you. Okay, we'll come back to behind our chair. We're going to step our right foot out, turning our toes to the edge of our mat. And like I said before, you may not need your chair. This is Warrior Two pose. We're going to bend into our front knee, reach our left arm back behind us, and if our balance is good, right arm lifts. Gaze is over our right middle finger. Pressing our feet down into the earth and reaching the crown of our head high. Then we're going to place our forearm down onto the chair or your hand onto your knee as your left arm reaches up and over your ear for side angle pose. Good. Rise back up for Peaceful Warrior. So your left hand slides down your back leg. If you need the balance, keep hold of the chair. Otherwise, lift that right arm up and over your head to gaze upward towards it. We'll come back to our warrior and then back to the top of the mat. Take a nice deep breath here before we do the other side. And then bend into your knees and step your left leg back. Turn the toes to the side of your mat. Bend deep into your right knee. Left arm reaches back behind you and right arm reaches forward, gazing over your right middle finger for Warrior Two. Smooth, steady breaths. And then we'll drop our forearm down onto the chair or our hand to our knee as the left arm reaches up and over our ear. Good. We rise back up for Peaceful Warrior. Left hand slides down our back leg, and either right arm stays or it reaches high. Good. Back to Warrior, and then back to the top of the mat. A little shake if you need it, and maybe a spin. Great. Okay, so now we're going to take our legs nice and wide and turn our toes to the corners. Bend into your knees. If you need the chair, it's here. We're going to do Cactus Arms. So if one arm needs to hold the chair, that's okay. And if you want, you can take a mudra, pointer finger and thumb connect. And if that doesn't resonate with you, then no worries. Good. Straighten the legs and hands come to your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. And then we're going to come back into that pose. If you need the chair, it's there. Arms back into cactus, and then we're going to lift heels. So we're going to lift the right heel, lift the left heel. And if that's too much for you, you can just stay in the stationary position. Good. Hands to your heart when you're done, legs straight. Another deep breath. Good. And then we're going to come back to the top of our mat and flip our chairs. So now the seat is facing us. Make sure all 4 feet are on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. If you don't want the chair, you would just fold down to the floor here. Inhale, look forward, flat spine. Exhale, fold back down. Bend into your knees, round your back, and arms rise all the way back up. Exhale. We're going to bring our hands all the way back behind us onto our low back. Thumbs wrap around the hips. We're going to push the hips forward, lift the heart, and exhale. We're going to do that same exact thing again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold to the chair or the floor. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, round your back, rise back up, palms connect overhead. And exhale, hands come on to your low back. Work your elbows towards each other, little mini back bend. And exhale, we're going to do one more. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up. Exhale, hands onto your low back, elbows towards each other. Lift your heart, push your hips forward, and exhale, relax. Good. Take a nice deep breath, shake it out if you need to. And now we're going to bring our hands onto the chair and walk our feet back. So we're going to do little mini push-ups here. If you prefer to do them on your mat, go ahead. You can do them on the wall also if you don't have a chair. We're going to do 3, then take a breath or relax for just a moment, and then we're going to try for 3 more. If that's too much, then do as many as you can. Maybe 1 more or maybe none more, and that's okay. Good. And then we'll rest again. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. And then we'll round the back to come all the way back up. Arms reach up and exhale them back down. Good. Now we're going to grab our wrists behind us, our forearms behind us, or our elbows behind us. And we're going to lift our heart, roll our shoulders back, and just stretch out our shoulders real quick. Great. Okay, so now release. Give a shake if you need to, and then we're going to take our left arm across our body, bend our right arm, and pull that nice straight left arm a little closer to us, stretching out our shoulder. And then release your arms. We'll do the other side. Right arm comes across your body nice and straight as the left arm bends and pulls it in a little tighter. And exhale, release. Good. Now we're going to lift that left arm up and bend it back behind us and gently pull that elbow down. Now if that doesn't work for you, you could just gently push the elbow from the front or the back of the arm from the front. Good. Nice release. Other side, right arm lifts, bend the elbow and gently push the elbow from the top or from the front. Good. And release. Now we're going to give ourselves a big hug. Grab opposite shoulders. And then open your arms up wide, lift your heart, and then we're going to crisscross again with the opposite arm on top. Give yourselves a big hug and relax your arms down. Inhale, arms rise up, and exhale down to your heart. And just take a couple of moments here, a couple of deep breaths before we finish up for the class today. So you can either come to your chair for your final relaxation. You can make your way down onto your mat for your final relaxation. That choice is yours. I'm going to have a seat in my chair. Just rest my hands in my lap, close my eyes, and just relax for a couple moments, absorbing all that good energy that we created, letting our breathing come back to normal. And just being still. No effort anywhere in the body. And just take a handful more breaths here. And when you're ready, reach your arms up high and then bring them down to your heart. Drop your chin. Take a moment to send out some gratitude. And namaste. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Peace and love. Till next time.